Hello and welcome to a brand new series on a brand new map for Farming Simulator 17. This map was out in Farming Simulator 2015, but it's not long been released in the last couple of days for 2017. And this is Oregon Springs by Richard NLD Farmers. Really good map. I've had a look around it offline and I think it's a really nice map actually. It's an American themed map, given the name Oregon Springs. That's somewhat obvious. A good way to start the map is being run over. So this is the farm split over two sides of the road. That seems to be mainly storage over there, and this is the storage sheds for the machines. Very not European at all. But we do start with a good bit of machinery. If we could just open these doors. Great big Massey Ferguson combine here, with both its headers, might I add. We have the corn header here, which is nice that they've included that. And we have this little Fendt 310 here, with a sprayer and a front weight with it. We've got the Case 1455 here with a seeder of sorts behind it. I'm not entirely sure which one that is. That's just that building, and we've got this one here, which I believe is also completely full of machinery. We've got the world's smallest cultivator there, another seeder, and we've got the Dutz Frar Agristar 6.61. It's a nice tractor there. A little trailer here to open some of these doors up. Also start with this pickup here, which is very American themed, with the racing stripes and the likes on it. So I'm not sure if there's anything in this shed. I don't think there is. No, there's not. This appears to just be like the workshop and things like that, which is quite nice to see. So yeah, going to do a series on this map. We do start with quite a few fields. Fields 1, 3 and 4 are already ours, and they are of American size. But what we're going to do to start is open everything up, because a lot of this machinery will actually be going away for obvious reasons. We also have field 15 there, which is a much smaller field. I'm going to keep, let's just move that map out of the way. I'm going to keep this tractor here, but that cultivator it just has to go. So we'll jump into the Fendt here, and will we be able to get over that way? No, we won't. We're going to have to connect to it and get it out of the way. I'm just going to put the front weight out of the way just now. I don't want it to fall off the edge, but we'll leave it there. So the Fendt is this Fendt's got to go, and this Case definitely has to go, because I'm not the biggest fan of this tractor, I'll be honest. I've got plenty of mods, and these tractors just don't cut the mustard, to be honest. So I'll use a follow me to do that, and this pickup I think will also have to go, because I'm just not a fan of them, if I'm being honest. It does kind of stay in keeping with the farm, but we don't really need a pickup, to be honest. So using the follow me mod, let's find out where the shop is, because I don't actually remember. It's not a million miles away. So come out of here and head down that way. So it shouldn't be a long trip away, but this will give you the opportunity to show off the map in all of its glory. If I could maybe stay on the road, that would be nice. but no fences, not much in the way of trees, relatively flat ground as well, which is not the worst thing in the world. Nice gravel roads. I do like these icons that have been used rather than the standard game ones. There's our tractors coming there, probably going to cause a crash here. Slightly dangerous driving. The icons that they've used for the field markers and things like that, as you can see, are quite nice. Which way do we go here? We'll go this way. They're quite nice. So that's the store there, I believe, just next to there, that little white building, I think. Well, we should get a reasonable return on selling these machines. I should have taken the other cultivator with us. I'll need to remember to sell that other cultivator because it's not needed. It's too small for this map, if I'm being honest. So we need to give our tractors a chance to catch up. Obviously they can't go as fast as this truck. There's the fen, and here comes the case trailing behind. So this is the shop here. And yeah, more of these nice icons. And so we'll let the case catch up as well. That will do. So reasonable amount of money there. And now for the tiny little Fent to go, and then the old case. 110, well 111,000 for that one. That's certainly not bad at all. So I actually don't have any plans for the series as such. I usually like to have a general idea of what I'll be doing in a series, but with this one I don't have that. But what I do know is we need a better tractor. So straight along to the mods. I'm not sure what tractor to get. I don't want to spend all of the money. Where do we get the Russian tractor? The Krovitz K700A. It's an articulate tractor. It's very slow. It'd be nice to have John Deere's, but they are a little bit on the expensive side. I have loads of Fents and loads of Doots. And obviously my usual class and case tractors. I've used quite a lot of class tractors recently, so I think I'll give them a miss for now. This is the one we have in the farm already. So it's 113 horsepower. That's 130 horsepower, although it looks smaller. But it is a 6.38 rather than a 6.21. I think that's the one we have. Is it not? Let me just check. No, it's a 6.6 one we have that has 143 horsepower. In fact, what we'll do is we'll just we'll sell that cultivator. So probably the Doots that we have is probably big enough. There's a modern Doots here, relatively cheap as well, and this one is also quite cheap. This one's very cheap, very old looking as well, 95 horsepower. Not sure if it's going to have the power for what we're looking for. I'd probably get this one and have it with a front loader attacher, and I'll go for wide tyres because I think wide tyres just look better all the time. Can't say no to wide tyres. And we're going to need a bigger cultivator of sorts. Something that we'll be able to use. This, I think this is the one we had. 160 horsepower. I'd like this one. let's see, I have some mods, so we'll see what we've got in the mods. The horse one's here, 500 horsepower, which is, let's be honest, just a bit on the ridiculous side. It's 5.8 meters, not the cheapest in the world. 120,000, but it is 12.3 meters, but it requires a lot of power, that one. 240, 164, 4.2. What size is our retractor again? It is 143, so probably are going to have to get a bigger tractor. Because I would quite like this, but 480 horsepower is ridiculous. 360 horsepower. But it is a big cultivator. I've never used these mods before, but we'll give them a chance. They don't look like they'd be too bad. Back to garage, and 97,000, so I'll just sell that. It's be a bit more money. Also not going to need that anytime soon. I'm going to sell the harvester actually, because it's nice to have it, but it's not going to be used for a long time. So what is this? What is this? Things we don't need. So it's another 61,000. So yeah, we'll definitely sell that. And this thing's just tiny. It's no use to anyone. So back to tractors, and we'll get something quite big. I would like to have stayed with Dutz, but I don't think Dutz have a big tractor. They do. They have the 9 Series. That's a massive tractor. You know what? I'm gonna go for it. What's the biggest engine I can put in it? 336. We'll go for wheel weights for this one. Actually, no. We'll go for the white tires because reasons. I do like my white tires. They are they add to the aggression of the tractor. I didn't know it's done a big tractor like that, so that's not one I've actually used before. So I don't think we need another tractor. Not just now anyway. We probably will do at some point. And I would like to get a new vehicle. Kind of tempted to go for an older vehicle just for the sake of it. You know, there's no reason not to. These do have storage containers on the back, but I could always go for this type of vehicle. It's a weird load size on that. And then there's just a standard agro truck here, which is slightly different to this one. Looks just like the smaller one. We've also got the Bell Transport Man truck here, which I actually played with that mod. This one here, I actually played with this one offline in a snowy map, and it was absolutely terrible in deep snow. Given that it's an American themed map, I'm tempted to get an American style lorry, but I'm tempted to go for one of kind of tempted with this one. It's got a reasonable sized trailer on the back, goes a reasonable speed in it, so I'm not sure. What kind of, we can put a bigger engine in it as well, which seems kind of pointless. I have no idea what that means. And have added lights. Okay. We'll not get that just now. What we what we will instead have a look at is sewing machines. We do have some horse mods, and we have a tractor powerful enough to use them. Don't have a need for anything right now. This does cultivate as well. I think I've got this in another one of my series. It is a seeder that I have in fact used before, but we don't need one of them just now. What we need to do just now is go and find out where the machines drop off, which is around here somewhere. There they are. It's a unusual looking cultivator, very bright colours on it. We'll see how the mod actually performs. It just seems like it's lacking some texture details. This is our little Doots. It's different. I've used this one off camera as well. It's not a bad tractor. This one I've never used before, but I do like the look of it. A very aggressive look to it. And so we'll just set up the follow me mod to go back to the farm. And quickly run back to the farm. It's quite a quick tractor as well, 39 miles an hour, or yeah, miles an hour, because I have it set to miles. I will probably change the values so that it's dollars instead of pounds and the likes. I'm just usually playing on a British themed map. Not done an American themed map in a very long time, so be a nice change. Something a bit different. And like I said, I looked at this map offline and it looks very nice indeed. Good level of detail. I actually done a bit of research because I was considering making this a semi-realistic series, and found out that this map, given that it has crops and the likes, and the scenery does represent that Oregon has a interesting kind of temperature thing going on, where the west coast up to the Rocky Mountains is rainy, fertile land, not overly dissimilar to the UK, and then over the other side of the Rocky Mountains just seems to be desert. So that's quite interesting. But I actually opted to just go for the standard seasons mod. Didn't go for any geo on it or anything like that. Just as it comes type situation. Which I think is a good choice to make. There's one of our signposts has actually fallen against the fence there. So back at the yard. So we'll just wait for our little Doots to catch up. He's just coming along here, probably going to do some very dangerous full speed turns. And I want to get in. But what we'll do is park the Doots in the shed for now. It will get used, just not right this second, not in this episode anyway. In this episode we're going to be taking this out and we're going to be cultivating probably field 15. It seems like the most reasonable sized field that we own. Got a good width to the cultivator, so no idea how to actually get into field 15 saying that. It just seems to be it's around the bottom. I need to be conscious of the fact that the cultivator is wider than the road. Don't want to catch it on any trees or the likes, or any oncoming vehicles. So it seems like this is field 15 here. So we'll just start here. We'll just take a little shortcut. Does that? It does indeed. So there's 6 days per season. I'm going to split each day up into multiple episodes, keeping the episodes around the same amount of time, being roughly the 30-minute mark, with the exception of episodes of notation but I'll do some. In fact, I'll do something a little bit different in the series. I won't do anything off camera. I'll keep everything that I do on camera, which does mean that the first few episodes will be quite similar. But I do plan on taking use of the Vehicle AI mod and the likes to hire workers and things like that. Big American map like this would have multiple workers on it anyway, so I don't have periodic ploughing on this time because I felt like that would just be a bit overkill. I seem to do that on all of my series, so I just cultivating will do. We'll probably turn periodic ploughing on later, but for now just need to get some crops in. I want to have all of our fields cultivated, seeded and sprayed by the end of spring, because during summer we're going to focus on sheep. Like to get sheep in as soon as possible. I may actually start doing some grass work quite early. I may at least the bale shredder or something like that and just buy some bales to get them started. But we'll see what happens there. But like I said, there'll be very, very minimal work done off camera. I'm not worried too much about finances on this one, so I intend on maxing out the loan and fun stuff like that. You know, so I want nice big equipment to match the map. I want to expand fields as quickly as possible, and other great fun stuff like that. Just for the sheer sake of it. This map is just going to be a let's play, basically, is what I'm getting at. But I wanted to be somewhat in theme with the map. With the likes of, I'd like to get some JCB tractors, make use of the JCB Challengers and Fast Tracks and things like that, some of the ridiculously large tractors. I'm not against using the money cheat in this map. I'll quite happily add more money if we need it, because like I mentioned, this is just for fun type series. I want some big equipment, and I mean, I could have probably gotten away with not having seasons on this series, but I have to admit, seasons add so much to the game that it just wouldn't feel right if seasons wasn't on. So I have opted to have that on, and 6 days per season. I may reduce that to 3 actually, given that I'm going to keep the time scale at ×5. I won't record through the night for obvious reasons, or at least not too much of the night. I try and keep somewhat realistic in that sense. You know, I don't want to be working 24 hours a day, but yeah, this is actually quite a good cultivator. It's getting, it looks better dirty than clean. I'd maybe suggest to the mod creator to add a little bit more detail to it, but otherwise it's very nice design. It's different, which is, it's actually nice to see something a little bit different in Farming Simulator, but a little bit more details to it would certainly not go amiss. So I'll just, I missed a bit there, I think. It's probably just me being a little bit picky. Well, I missed a tiny little bit, so reverse back and get that. This map is very nice. You know, it's a good scenery around it actually. You usually don't get scenery quite like that. Like I said, I've usually been playing on British themed maps, the likes of the West Coast and Oakfield Farm and the likes, which is, you know, it's what I know as such, so it's always been my go-to, but I wanted to try something a little bit different here with the American one. I do want to change the channel slightly. I have mentioned this before, but in the coming weeks there will be a channel announcement video that I will go into more detail about that, so keep checking for that. I will announce it on Twitter and Facebook when that is released, and I'm also looking into Twitch, so I would very much like to start live streaming as soon as possible. I'm hoping to start live streaming at the time of recording this, which I'm hoping I'll actually render and upload this video the same day I'm recording it. It is later on in the evening, so I'm not sure if it'll be the same day, it may be the next day, but I'm actually hoping to start live streaming by the end of March. I think that would be helpful for the channel, and it's something I just kind of want to do, to be honest. Never live streamed before, so be something new for me and something new for the channel too. For those who are interested, I do now have a Patreon. At the time of recording this I haven't fully set it up yet, but I have the account. If you're interested in that, my Patreon name is Simulator YouTube, all one word. So if you'd like to take a gander over there and see what all that's about, that would help an awful lot. My videos are free and will always be free, but if you would like to contribute a donation, that would be very much appreciated, and there will be a reward system involved as well. I will do, I've already listed what Patreon calls tier 1. I think it was $2.50 a month, and I will give everyone who does that a shout out in the next video that I record at the time that they do that, with their Patreon name. So if that's something that interests you, you want your name called out to be immortalised on YouTube, then it will only cost you $2.50 a month. But like I did previously mention, my videos are free and always will be free, so if you don't want to add a donation, please don't feel like it is necessary. I will continue to create content as often as I am, if not more often, for everyone to enjoy. So with that said, we are now getting towards the end of this episode. The next episode will probably will actually continue on immediately from this one, where I finish this field. I'll finish this field in the next episode and get it sprayed, but what I'll do to avoid the repetitiveness of doing multiple fields with the same thing, given that the next two fields I have to do are much larger, I will time-lapse them so that it's not too tedious. But yeah, hopefully you are enjoying this new series as much as I am, and if you are enjoying it, please leave a thumbs up on this video and leave me a comment if there's anything you would like to say, and don't forget to subscribe, and while you're there you could hit the bell icon and get notifications every time I release a new video. All of those things would be greatly appreciated and very helpful. But yeah, thank you for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you in the next episode.